glorious spring
Just
sunshine.
remember to keep it up, because I won't.
I'm not doing it. I'm going to weird out. I'm going to weird out and forget. And then the edit will be crap. And then you'll complain at me because you have to edit more.
Well, I'm the one that shot it, so.
Yeah, but I'm the actor. I'm the agent. Jack wants to be my agent. It's been almost, a year and a bit of filming now. So I feel like I've really sort of, cracked the acting scene.
Dynamic range.
Yeah, got a dynamic range of seriousness, professionalism, bit of humour. So yeah, any agents out there that want to represent me, get in touch.
My name's Jack, I'm Andy's agent. Sometimes he's an absolute pleasure to work with, and sometimes he can be a real diva. He just flips like a switch. Sometimes really calm, nice and easy to work with, and then 10 minutes later he's throwing stuff and smashing the green room up, and it's just proper nightmare. So we're hoping to get him on Good Morning next week, and then I think Lorraine after that. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, he hasn't been on live TV yet, only the pre-recorded stuff. So, there's no editing out his, atrocities to humanity. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Welcome back, episodes number 55 of Learning the Hard Way. My name is Ollie, and if you've been here before, you'll know that this is a behind the scenes look at some of the companies on the doors behind me. And speaking of those doors, this week we are getting into potentially another bit of an argument with our local council. Seem fairly intent on stemming the growth of young small businesses. We're going to be taking you behind the scenes on a couple of our sites, but first we're starting with Harry down at our local pub.
Back at the Onslow today, me and Matt coming to rescue, give me a hand putting the sign up.
The guys have been putting together these lovely reclaimed sleeper flower beds. Today we're just putting the sign back up for them. So bit of jiggery pokery with getting it all flush and trim and looking nice. But Harry had got to a point where he was ready to put the signs up, and obviously that's a bit of a two-man job. Sort of need someone to hold while someone's fixing and stuff, and up on ladders, and yeah, a little bit of a balancing act. So just come down this morning to give him a hand.
It was just the raw bed structure, the sleeper bed structure. So we chucked 3 posts in for the sign. There's 3 signs, 2 roadside signs and 1 car park sign. So see you later. So we framed it up with 6 pieces of timber in a triangle shape, and then we basically just put the sign on. Well, it's not been as easy as that, but put the sign on and screw it together basically. It's just getting like the spacing perfect and getting them to meet perfectly on the ends. So we sort of just got them up there because they're quite hefty, up on the ladders, and screwed 1 corner in, and then just slowly tweaking them around till we get them perfect basically.
Jay is going to come down and plant it all up at some point. There's a little bit more soil to go in. I'm not sure what these conduits are for actually, whether they're planning on irrigating or lighting it. They could be lighting as well. Harry might know. Harry, are we lighting? Are you lighting these beds? Is it lighting or irrigation or both?
Lighting.
So some lighting to go in apparently as well, which is nice. Probably lighting up the sign and some of the feature plants and stuff. So yeah, coming along.
Yeah, it's going well. Ladders and roadsides, so nothing but the safety.
All right, did the ladders?
Yeah, I got you.
Good.
Yeah, you're all good.
You're nice, that's before my eyes dead.
Finish this up, and then we've got a few on the M25 to go up. Just a quick one, Ollie, you've probably seen this. I've not got my hardwood jacket today, I'm sorry. It's over in Guildford. I got drenched the other day and I left it hanging up in the gazebo there, so hopefully we can be cool and forgive me. And I'll be back in the hardwood jacket next time you see me. I'll do it with the other uniform on. Just started lashing down with rain, so I needed a quick cover up. Save the hair, you know.
Good afternoon. It's been pretty wet today, some pretty serious showers. You can see on the ground, lots of standing water still, which is just not good for the guys on site. They've all been out cracking on regardless, but I know in particular our Guildford job, where they have stripped the entire garden, so the whole garden is bare soil at the moment, is pretty nasty. But literally nothing we can do about it. It's just the joys of doing what we do in this country, but at this time of year. My day has been pretty all over the place, as it often is. Been doing quite a lot on recruitment, so we are looking at bolstering up our videography team. I've also been working hard behind the scenes on Chelsea Flower Show prep, the second garden that we've taken on and said yes to. There is a lot of work to do and really not a lot of time to do it. So yeah, I've been doing lots of phoning around, calling in favours. We're also looking for some additional labour support. So we've got some fantastic APL companies subcontracting into us for these builds to help bolster our teams and provide sort of specialist services and skill sets. So looking forward to working with them, but we do still need more. So if you're watching this and you're a landscaper and you want to come do some stuff at Chelsea, get in touch. Let me know. We can give you some experience on a fairly casual basis, or we can look at taking you on in a bit more of a skilled capacity. What else have I been working on today? Oh, my fantastic office upstairs has been completely rearranged. My sister Robin has arrived. She has moved upstairs. We are running out of office space downstairs, and because she's on the phone quite, she was just finding it quite distracting, so I couldn't really say no. But I now no longer have my own office, which is fine, and it's all part of the greater good and the onward journey that is building everything we're building. It's funny when you move into somewhere that's bigger than what you were used to, how quickly you end up filling it up. It doesn't take long to happen. There we go, we've changed the layout. Robin has put herself in the far corner, so I've got lots of space still. We'll see how I cope with sharing and how long it is before I crack and add a third story to the office tower. That's one, actually brings me very nicely on to our very friendly local district council, who have taken it upon themselves to decide that these porter cabins are rateable, and so we need to pay business rates on them, but they told us they would let us know if that was the case, but instead of communicating, they've just backdated and said that we owe £3,000 for them. They've now asked for all of the sort of proof and supporting everything to do with these being here. Now, we don't pay any ground rent for these. They are not really, they're very temporary, and our very lovely landlords have actually let us put them here for free. So there is no tenancy agreement with them. The relationship and the understanding is that when planning is through for the next phase here, we will be getting permanent, so proper offices. So at that stage, these will go, and they will most likely go to Grab's new yards over in Farnham. So yeah, that is just another battle with the council that I'm looking forward to. Once again, they seem fairly reluctant to do anything that really helps small local businesses. You've seen a lot of our Godalming projects behind the scenes here at Hardwood over the last few months. Well, I'm glad to say that we have pretty much hit practical completion. This was actually phase 2 of a much larger landscaping project here at this house, and we are very nearly done with it all. We've got a few snags and a bit of soft landscaping to help tie the areas together. We're going to show you how it's all looking now. We've made it onto site in our Farnham project, and it is great seeing the capping starting to go on all of those walls. Now, we have got stone straight from a quarry, which means, yes, it's a very good stone match, but it's a similar consideration to when we did the cladding stone. It's just how much input do we want to give, and therefore how much labour are we going to have to charge our clients to try and make stone look as good as it can look. So because we've got to try and achieve stone that falls into specific dimensions, so it needs to cover the face work and then the concrete block work behind it and the cavity, there's quite a lot of it which, because the sizes are so irregular, unfortunately don't really work. So there is quite a lot of waste produced when you do stonework like this. Yes, it can all be recycled, and we will see if our local stone merchant will take any of it. But yeah, it's looking good. It's great to see all the olives. Everything has survived the worst of the winter so far. Nice to see, nice to get out onto a site as well. I've been pretty stuck behind the computer a lot recently, but yeah, Jack and Andy are doing a good job. It's all lovely Purbeck stone, it's from Dorset. Just doing what we can to make it look as good as we can. So how we approach something like this typically is we'll do a section, sort of how we feel is a good balance between, you know, time taken and money invested by the client, and then we'll get them out and show them that section, say, this is how long this has taken. Do you like it? Do you want more time spent on it, less time spent on it? So we'll give them that choice, and it just avoids, in as many instances as possible, any situation where people are surprised by invoices, etc. So it's just all about communication. First site visit for me in a while, and it was, blimey, it's a very big water leak. I will start that again. So there we go. For f***'s sake. Third time lucky. So there we go. That is the first site visit for me in a while. Feels good to get out there, manage to catch up briefly with the clients, and then of course see the great work that Jack and Andy are doing. If you just start taking stones off the top of those pallets, what you will often find is, as you go through the pack, the sizes are very inconsistent. Unfortunately, quarries and merchants, in our experience, will often hide smaller sort of bitty stuff at the bottom, which is pretty unusable. So from the outside, the pallet will look like it's full of nice good stone, but as you get into it, it's full of a load of rubbish, and that stuff is sold by weight rather than square meterage. I'm heading over to Guildford now to have a look at another project, a project that is coming quite hard and fast, up to risking being one of, in my opinion, the absolute worst scenarios that you can be in, especially as a smaller business, and that is an indecisive stage by the client. We totally appreciate it's difficult when there's money involved, and you'd never want to pressure those decisions. You never want to feel you've pressured anybody into spending money, but we need to know what they want to do so we know how we can work. Otherwise, we have to get off site and go elsewhere. You have to be firm as the business. You have to, you can't just let these decision-making processes string along and sort of go, oh, we'll do a bit of fencing today and then we'll have a go on that later, or maybe we'll start this here. No, you've got to attack the job efficiently and to schedule, and make sure you are delivering in the green for both the labour and the material allocation. Currently site 2 of 3, or have we got 4 going? Anyway, this is the second one that I can show you today. The third one, potentially the fourth, we can't show you. That's a no camera site, unfortunately. But yeah, we are at the stage where, as you can see, we have stripped the whole garden. And as you know, it has rained pretty non-stop, and what that has meant is just some really tough, claggy working conditions. It's pretty grim. It's tough using the machine in all of this, but what we are having to do, or what we are going to have to do, so we're moving around all of the subsoil. We'll track it all in, get it all nice and level, and then before we bring in the topsoil layer, we will put a ripper tooth on the bucket through it all to make sure it's not overly compacted and it drains, which is super important. This boundary we are meant to be changing, so we're putting a new fence along here. What we have now had to do is step out 100 mil to put in our new fence. The reason being is underground, and what we couldn't see is this pretty ropey retaining wall running all the way up the garden and stepping up the garden. It's got these concrete posts in that we don't want to reuse because they're all wobbly and all over the place. So we can't break these out and slot new fence posts in. We can't secure them properly, so we are stepping out of this one. On that boundary, we have a similar issue. There are lots of trees on the boundary line that have been specified to be kept. What we're going to have to do is pull some of those out if they want a straight fence. It's as simple as that. So yeah, a few little bits to have to quickly sort of react to and overcome. But yeah, it's pretty grim underfoot here. So trying to keep a site like this tidy is tough. It's a big ask. But the guys are doing a good job, and for the moment we are remaining proactive. We've let the clients know that we need some decisions pretty quickly, so if they need anything else from us, just let us know. They've acknowledged that, they've accepted it, they've said they'll get back to us as soon as they can. So fingers crossed we can keep moving forward nice and efficiently. We're heading back over to our Farnham projects now, where Andy and Jack are doing their best to make sense of the crazy paving that has come directly from the quarry. We're putting the coping stones on the walls, laying the paving and fitting the last of the lighting. Let's go and have a look.
We've had a glorious day. I mean, you can literally see it in my face, of sunshine, which has been a really nice surprise. Like Jack touched on, we've come to Farnham, where Harry built these, not just Harry, but Harry was the main guy, built these lovely cladded walls with the all green cladding. And we've returned this week to get the coping stones on, and we've capped the walls in a sort of basically a natural stone, really ribbon edges, all sorts of different sizes, all sorts of different thicknesses, which has been a bit of a challenge. We were talking about whether to put a pointing joint underneath it, but because there were so many different thicknesses of stone, you literally had a 15 mil and then a 55 mil stone. The pointing joint was really small and then really big. So we've actually spent a bit more time than we wanted to do, but it definitely looks a lot better. And we've actually cut slithers and found little bits of flaky stone to basically pack that joint out. So it kind of just ties in with the rest of the wall. And then we spent today starting our crazy paving steps. We spent some time yesterday kind of like dry laying them, then we cut them, manipulated them, and sort of rounded them up a little bit to fit. And then this afternoon we've been getting them in. So we've got the top sort of 5 steps and the sort of landing area up there done. We've just got the last 3 to do down here. We've got some little wayfinder, Collingwood wayfinder lights going in. They're going on the edge of the step, so also got to mark out, got to cut out a circle, light goes in there. So we've got lights on every step, sort of like left, right, not in the landing area, but basically on every step that you walk up. These are just a quarter light, so as you can see, you've basically got a quarter of a circle of light. They do them in, well, every option, but up to 360. But these look really cool. We've used them before, really nice. They're kind of sleek. They're not sort of too imposing. And also the best thing is that it's shining the light across where you want it rather than up. I mean, so many people install lighting and they'll just be like, cool, light, bam, and it just goes up into the air. It can't hit anything, can't reflect off anything, so it becomes completely pointless. So yeah, really cool. All the lighting from Landscape Plus again. Great company to work with. We love working with them. Really fast delivery. Any issues, they just sort it out. Bam, done. Next day delivery. So there we are. If you get a lot of new people going to Landscape Plus, this is me talking to Landscape Plus. It's because of me. I want my cut. There's Collingwood spike lights throughout the bed that we've had videos on before and we spoke about. We're going to add one more there because it's a little bit of a dark area. So yeah, when it's all done, again, be another stunning project by a stunning team.
I haven't done a huge amount of vlogging because the admin load and the type of work I've been doing has just been, it's been really intense. It's been really full on. We've had a few people off sick this week at Hardwood as well. Matt, my right-hand man, is gone. We've lost him for the last couple of days. He has been working from home, but hasn't been bouncing around on sites. So largely, actually, it's been pretty unimpactful. The guys have cracked on regardless. They've known what they needed to be getting on with, which is fantastic. So great to see the sort of delegation and structure working very well in Hardwood. My week has been consumed by Chelsea Flower Show meetings, so of course we've picked up this larger contract. I'm heading up to Landform's meeting rooms now to meet the designer, and then we have stone suppliers coming in, we have the timber and oak supplier coming in, And then we are also speaking to the decking suppliers. So we've got 3 meetings with suppliers associated with the builds. We are then running numbers to give you an idea of where we're currently at budget-wise. We are over £100,000 over budget on this build, so certainly some head scratching to do, some compromises to be made, and some things to just try and make work. Despite the fact it's a huge admin load, I'm really enjoying working on this one. All the team that are involved are very passionate about it, very encouraging, value each other professionally. It's just really lovely. The smaller one we're working on is certainly proving to be a bit of a test. Yeah, the commercial viability of it is certainly questionable, and you know, unfortunately I think there's just a bit of a, which is often the way, and a real issue. You know, I don't think the contractor, i.e. us, our time, sort of expertise and the value that we can add to this project is really being appreciated. It's just my very honest opinion, very open opinion. That might get me in trouble, but that's what the vlog's all about. You know, I hope that when it comes down to the final sort of contract and money conversations, that we at least scrape through breaking even on it, which is all we look like we've got a chance of standing to do at the moment. So yeah, fingers crossed, but very much looking forward to it all. I'm hoping after this week the admin load is going to quieten down for a couple of weeks, because I've also been working on the work I'm doing with Cayenne, who are our tech partner for the Grab software app project that we are working on, and those guys have been doing some fantastic stuff, making some amazing, very exciting, very inspiring progress. So that's what my week has consisted of. I've been on the road a lot, I've been driving around a lot, I've been on the phone non-stop, but hey, this is what my week's been. Catch up with you soon. It's Friday, but we can't let you go without one last trip down to our local pub. Let's see if Harry is still standing.
We are down the Onslow yet again. It's a sunny Friday afternoon, payday, and I'm just down here at the moment putting the second coat of black paint on our lovely masterpiece here. I think it looks quite smart, painted black. It's going to really help the flowers, you know, do their thing. Nice black background. Jay's coming along and planting it next week, so yeah, just last little touch-up paint. And then I've got a little bit more soil that I'm going to chuck in afterwards as well, to plump the beds up. And yeah, nice little Friday afternoon jobby. Probably sneak a little pint in afterwards, but we'll wait and see. Last time you were here, absolutely tearing it down with rain. We actually ended up doing a half day, just sort of group decision kind of thing. But yeah, the signs are up, looking lovely, no complaints there. And yeah, I think it's all come together. Nice little job for the pub. Another lick of paint and time for a pint, maybe. Cheeky bit of a beef, blunt ends maybe as well, we'll see. But yeah, Friday as well, so have a good weekend, folks, and happy birthday to Jack for tomorrow.
So there you go. 55 episodes of Learning the Hard Way is all wrapped up. If you've been following along, you will probably know that it's been a little bit tumultuous behind the scenes with our video team. We were down to one videographer in the new year. We managed to hire a second that wasn't really a great fit, but delighted to announce that we have a new videographer starting with us next week. It's going to take a huge amount of pressure off everything we're doing, and we're going to make sure that the vlogs get even better with even more exciting content. So make sure you stay tuned. Can't wait to see you next week. Subscribe if you haven't already, drop a like, and I'll see you very soon.